Hi everyone and welcome to another Flosstube video. Today is Flosstube number 3 and it is also an update video. So every other week I will update on how my cross stitch is going, kind of showing you the progress. And I'm doing that every other week because I also work full time, so it's not always I have time to stitch as much as I want. And then every other week I will have some kind of cross stitch related video that isn't an update video. But yes, hi, welcome to Flosstube number 3. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Marika. I live in Stockholm, Sweden with my boyfriend and my 2 cats, where I work a full-time job, and when I'm not working I am Little Miss Craft a lot, because I craft a lot with a lot of different crafts. This channel, however, is mostly cross-stitching. Might be some other fabric textile things coming, but mostly cross stitch. And if you have been here before, thank you so much. It's like 55 of you subscribed now. It's huge. I didn't think it would kind of climb this fast. It's kind of fun. My first goal is 100 subscribers, because then you can change your URL. So that is kind of what I'm hoping for. But 55 of you, gosh, you wouldn't fit here in my apartment. So it's kind of fun that 55 of you have hit that little subscription button. And if you want to see more like this and you aren't subscribed, do hit that subscribe button. If you like this, just hit that little thumb thing, and I love to hear what you think, so leave a comment. But yes, let's jump in today's video. This is my agenda. I'm gonna show you some FFOs. I have 2 FFOs. We'd have more, but we're gonna get into a little bit later in our half FFOs, which is also basically all the all the FOs that I've done. I'm also going to show you the progress on my work in progress. That was very much strange. Yes, I'm going to show you my work in progress on my projects that I have ongoing, and then I have some hauls for you. So yes, let's jump into this. FFOs, yes, I have 2. None of them are traditional cross stitch. They are cross stitch, not traditional. I'm jumping forward a little bit because I want to hold this up to you, and that is this one. This is a little pumpkin patch barn. It is a 3D stitch. So I have stitched this and then I have sewn it all together. This is part of a Halloween set. However, I thought the red on the barn would fit much better with like harvest. So what I've done here on the back side is that I have removed the spider webs in the windows and added a pumpkin instead. And also I have changed the eyes on the cat from bright green to the same as the little girds in the thing. Sorry, trying to do this. Then we have the sides, and both of the sides are looking the same. And here I removed the spider webs, both up in the window, but also on the doors. And then we have the front of it. It has like, you can fold these up and down, so you can fold it up, you can see a little bit better. It says pumpkin patch. That is just stitched in ordinary white thread instead of the glow in the dark that it was supposed to have. I also removed the spider webs out of the windows. And then I have 2 more things here. One is that I made this little kind of hay bale to put my pumpkin on, and I also designed this little scarecrow. It's just a teeny tiny scarecrow. I do have a pattern on it, so if you want it, you can get it for free. I'm just gonna figure out where I can put it, but I'm gonna try to do that. And if I haven't, just remind me if you want it, and maybe I can email you it. Something. We'll see where I find a place to put that. But yes, that was the little pumpkin patch. This is from issue. Sorry, I should have had this in my mind, but I'm a little bit It is from issue 324 of the World of Cross Stitching. It is the active magazine right now. I picked it up in the World of Cross Stitching magazine iPad app. So I got the whole magazine in the iPad app for like £5.5 pounds. It's so much more affordable. So that is the one I had. It actually comes with a spooky house, and I want to stitch that too. However, it was really bad on my shoulder and my elbow stitching that on the plastic Ida. It's stitched on 14 count plastic Ida. Yes. Then we have our second FFO, and that is this cute little ornament. Isn't that gorgeous? So I can show you the back side first. This is some Doodlebug design pattern paper from a 6x6 pattern paper pack. I then have just a white satin ribbon. Also, I've actually backed the design with white cardstock, just to keep the design as pure as possible. So yeah, this is the first of the 4 ornament in the ornament club over at Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. So yeah, it is stitched on white 14 count perforated paper with the called for threads. I did buy the thread pack. I think this arrived just after I had my little video last time, but you get the threads, you get the paper, needles and a sticker. The papers is big enough. You do get 4 papers, but they're big enough to actually just use half of it, or at least for the first one. So I did, and I might do a color conversion on this, because I saw it and I stitched it and I'm like, I know exactly how I want this, which colors I want this to have. So we might see. Again, this is paper, so I don't have my frame when I do it, so it's a little bit hard on my shoulder and my arm, but yeah, really like this. So those were my FFOs, the fully finished projects. This one is on my little shelf that I have over here. When I have designed everything or put together everything and made my little fall setup, I will show you that. I plan to have a fall setup, a Halloween setup and a Christmas setup, so that I can do that, but I need to stitch a bunch of things. I've been super wanting to do things that I actually can put on my walls for the past few weeks, so that is what I've done. The next is my half FFOs or my FOs for this past 2 weeks. So for my half FFOs, I wanted to make a whole bunch of little hangings that are all kind of layered with fabrics and stuff. However, when I went in to grab my fabric, I realized I don't have as much fabrics as I thought I had. I'm starting to wonder if I put it into a plastic bag somewhere, so I'm gonna have to go through the plastic boxes I have. I have a lot of things kind of around the apartment, but I really couldn't find the colors I wanted, so I have bought a whole bunch, but they will not be arriving until like a week or so, hopefully. So instead you're gonna see them just matted, because I did mat them. Much easier to hold them matted. I did show this last time, it was a finish then. This is the Welcome Autumn. So all I have done is I put it on some poster board. It's not a super sturdy poster board, but it works really good for small pieces like this, so it's fairly thin. And then I also have some batting, just cotton batting, poster board, cotton batting, embroidery, and then I just have taped it. I've taped it on the back side. So here's the thing. I have a tape from my paper crafting days, which is called the Sock One tape. It's supposed to be acid free, and it have really strong stickiness. I have so much of it because I also use it to make my envelope for my store, and it actually sits fairly good on fabric, so I use that. So much easier. I did finish off here. I don't know if you can see. It's a little bit light, but yeah, we can see if I can do this for you. I just want to concentrate on that. But I kind of put tape on the edge here, all the way down, this, to finish off those edges in the back. But yeah, that's Welcome Autumn. Then I have two small teeny tiny finishes. I talked about last time that I bought a couple of patterns, and two of them were the Squeeze the Day and Sweet Summer. But yes, I'm new to this, okay? This is by Primrose Cottage Stitches. There will be links in the description down below, as usual. These are also by Primrose Cottage Stitches. So this is the Sweet Summer, and this is the Squeeze the Day. They're super adorable. They're super tiny. This is a little bit crooked. This was much better framed, but I'm learning. This is new to me. I've never done this. I never done like padded stuff like this, so it's really fun. But yeah, they're super adorable. They're a little bit out of season for me because I am almost stepping into Halloween right now. So they were a little bit out of, but it was cross stitch World Cross Stitch Day on Friday last weekend, and a couple of friends of mine, we decided to have a little mini stitch along to stitch the Squeeze the Day, or if it was the Hello Sweet Summer, might have been the one we actually did the stitch along on, and then I just did the Squeeze the Day, just continued on with that on the same fabric, both because I had some fabric and also because I wanted to get them done. These are I'm gonna finish them off fully, but I probably won't put them on the shelves. Instead I'm gonna pack them down and I can take them up next summer. And for the last one, this one is a pattern that I bought. I think I did show you my with PDF patterns, like put in picture last time. I haven't looked back, so I don't know. But I bought just before I filmed last update video. I did buy 4 more of the Primrose Cottage Stitches patterns, and one of them was Pumpkin Patch. So here we are. This is Pumpkin Patch by Primrose Cottage Stitches, and I loved stitching this. It took me about a week, I think. It took me about a week, actually precisely a week, from the 11th to the 19th of August, and that is how it looks. As you can see, it's super adorable. It was a really fun stitch. This and all of these are stitched on 16 count white Ida with the code for DMC. This one do have a bunch of, or the pattern has a bunch of speciality threads, but right now I just want to stitch everything and I don't have time to wait to get the speciality stitches, and like I can wait forever. Like I'm paying about $10 more in postage just to get my quilt stuff here within a week instead of 4 weeks to 2 months. So yeah, I have to pay a lot to get things here, but yeah. So this is just the DMC, called for DMC, which I really love this one. This one I want up on my wall as soon as possible. I just need some fabrics to layer with this, so that I can kind of harvest it up. We'll see. But yeah, that was all my FOs, or half FFOs, or how I want to call them, for this little period. So let's head over to work in progress. When it comes to works in progress, I did show you my Under the Sea sampler 2 weeks ago, and I haven't worked on that because there's no Under the Sea. It comes out the 23rd or 25th or something every month, so I don't have any more pattern to stitch on it. So instead I have done, guess what, another Primrose Cottage stitches. Yes, I think this is gonna be the last for a short while, because it was meaning that I was going to crochet a whole bunch of baby blankets for my co-workers. I have not one, not two, but 3 people who are having babies this month. One actually got it. He was supposed to have it like a month later, but it came a little bit earlier than expected. So I need baby blankets. However, I have broken my arm. Something happened with my elbow about like a month and a half or something ago. I was carrying way too much on it, and I've been having a lot of pain in it since. I think it's just a matter of fact of just letting it rest, but I cannot crochet. I can cross stitch, but I cannot crochet with it. So I need to figure out what can I do. So I want to quilt baby blankets for them, and when I do quilted baby blankets, I usually also add some kind of stitching. So I am going to stitch tatty teddies, so little cute and these are the old tatty teddies. I know that I can get the magazines from the World of Cross Stitching app from 2012 and forward, so that is the ones I'm gonna pick up so that I can do a couple of tatty teddies. So I'm gonna take a break from the Primrose Cottage stitches. It's a mouthful, but I really like the patterns. But the ones that I'm doing right now and the one I'm gonna finish is Autumn Rules. This one, as many of these projects, I found through Nicole. She's amazing. She does really cute projects. She also got me wanting to quilt again. I haven't quilted in years, and right now I just fabric, threads, everything. I want to do everything, and I'm actually indulging myself and allowing myself to do that, and I think it's a good thing. Anyhow, Autumn Rules. I started this 2 days ago, so there is a couple of mistakes already, but I'm leaving them in because you can't really see that they are. The T here is too long. It's one stitch too much on both of the sides, but I kind of liked it, so that is okay. The E should have a little green box over here. Missed that one, but yeah, I kind of like it anyhow. So I got the Autumn Rules done. I got the Go Apple Picking, and I started on the Give Thanks. So I'm gonna do the whole thing on this piece of fabric. It should fit, and I have so like, oh yeah, I'm gonna put it on this wall over here and have that on the side, and then a couple of small ones up, and yeah, I just want everything. I would love to be able to do it like many of the Flosstubers that I see out there that have these like wooden boards and stuff like that, but they would be so expensive to get to Sweden, and we don't use those kind of things here. I have no clue where I would start looking. Any kind of home decorating places that I've seen things like that, I would have to pay $40, $50, $60 for one, which in the US usually go for $1 or $2. So I just can't afford that. So I'm gonna try to do it my way and try to look it cool. But like these boards and the little bows, I think it's so cool. We'll try to get something, probably using this kind of technique. I also have some ideas of using some kind of this board and use inks on it, kind of the Tim Holtz inks, because I have so much of those kind of supplies. Maybe make one of those boards and do it in 2 layers of actual poster board. I don't know, we'll see. I'm gonna experiment later. But yeah, this one is gonna be on something like that. This is actually stitched on 16 count platinum Ida. That was the Ida I could get from like locally from Sweden. It actually took about a week to get here, so yeah, I'm not winning a lot with time, and the postage was like 15 bucks. So it's pretty, like, it's always been a little bit like hard to get stuff in Sweden because we have very high taxes and we have high postage within the country, especially business postage. So yeah, even though I pay $55 from the US this time in postage, I do get a lot for it. But yeah, so again, this that is my work in progress, and I'm gonna work on that until that is finished. So with all of those things, I do have a little haul. Well, I actually have a pretty big haul because I went a little bit bonanza, and there's still things coming on the way, and you're gonna see them the next video, hopefully, if they have arrived. So yeah, let's start. Let's start with the thing that first arrived, and that is my first ever gecko rouge. I'm sorry, this is going to be a little bit noisy, but I'm gonna try. This is the project. It's called Games, or Gamer Girl, or something like that. I don't know. It probably should. Gamer Nouveau. I really love this project. It has like little Marios and little characters around her. I fell in love with her years and years ago. I saw someone stitch it and I've been wanting it. However, I like to mostly just use the threads I have or buy threads like for myself. However, Gecko Rouge only sells in kits. Can only sell kits. Also, they only sell, when it comes to 25 count, they will only sell it pre-gridded, like the gridded fabric. I've been a little bit worried about it because I don't want the grid lines to show in the project. However, I bit the bullet because I really love the project. And I also got the digital pattern with this. I got the real pattern and the digital pattern, so both have the fabric pattern, but I will and then I will get I have the digital pattern that I'm gonna use on my computer to do it, or on my iPad to do it. But yes, this is the project. Really happy. It was really expensive, but I'm super happy. Next thing is some fabrics, and you actually have seen a little bit of one because it is the platinum. This is Ida. It says 6.4, and that's because in Sweden we measure in centimeters, but this is supposed to be 16 count Ida in the color of platinum. I also got and I got a meter of that because she didn't sell it, or they didn't sell it in like fat quarters and stuff like that. So I just bought a full meter, and then I bought a full meter of pewter, and this is to be used with any kind of like Halloween, maybe a couple of Christmas projects. So it's like a very soft grayish blue with slight like towards the purplish, which I really like. So that is the second piece. And then thirdly, I did pick up that E940, which is glow in the dark DMC. So those were my my little haul from Canvas Shop, which is a Swedish shop. Then I did pick up the PDF pattern for Autumn Rules so that I could stitch it, and I think I only picked up that pattern at that time, so yes, you already seen that. Now I have some more adjacent shopping I've done. First, I have batting. Oh, things just fell down. I have batting. I have quite a lot of batting. I have a whole roll of batting. Again, because Sweden is a fairly small country, we're like 10 million people, and also crafting, even though it comes and goes in waves, because of how we live and because of taxes, because of rents, because of all of those things, having any kind of craft stores in central Stockholm doesn't really work. So I don't have any local craft stores at all, unless you talk about stores like Panduro, which is like a small version of a Michaels, a very teeny tiny version of a Michaels, but it is, you can get it across the country. But otherwise it can be really hard to find stores. Stores aren't open on Sundays, they usually close before 5, so you have to actually go out shopping during work time, and it doesn't really work for me. So it's hard to find things, but we have Amazon. And I found this roll. This is the roll. I didn't get it back into the packaging, but this is Heirloom, Hobbs Heirloom Premium Cotton Batting, and this is a I think it is for a queen size quilt. So it's basically already pre-measured for a queen size quilt. However, I'm not going to use it for a queen size quilt. I'm going to use it for everything else. So I have actually started to cutting into it, but it made it easy. I could get the batting with like in a day, so that I actually could do these half. I thought I would be able to fully finish those pieces, but hey, if you don't have the quilt fabric, you can't really do that. But yeah, batting, it's just cotton batting, just main cotton batting. I think it is 80-20, yes, so 80 cotton, 20 polyester. Yeah, that's that. I'm gonna move that there. And finally, I do have some cotton fabric, because I went to Panduro, the store, similar to Michaels, but still not Michaels, because it has a fraction of what Michaels has. But they do have their own quilt range, and I needed some greens and browns, so I picked up these 3. When I got to the registers, it said, hey, you get take 4, pay for 3. So I ran and got this one, which is a pretty cute little fall pattern, which I thought maybe you could combine with those and just do something, I don't know. So 3 fabrics, they have these 3 basically just have like a herringbone, I think it's called, kind of pattern, and then this one then, that is, let's see if I can get it in focus, a little flowers, I think. So yeah, that was the last thing that I have. That was all the things I have for this video. It's not a lot, but it is enough. That was the last things that I had for you today here on this channel. I will be back next week. I think it is a video about tools, so I hope you look forward to that. But yeah, I'm going to put away everything that I have lying here, and then I'm gonna sit down and do some cross stitching. Thank you so much for watching. if you like this video, please thumbs it up, it means a lot to me. If you have any questions, just comment down below. Down below you also find all the details and links, as a little small disclaimer. Some of the links might be affiliate links, just so you know, there is a disclaimer down below too. But yeah, if you want to see more like this, hit that subscribe button, ring that bell, all of those fun things. Gosh, 55 of you wanted to see me. Now I am preparing for some giveaways, probably a smaller giveaway at 100 and then a bigger if I get the bigger numbers, so that might happen either next week or the week after, if it goes the way I'm hoping it goes. But yes, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you later. Bye.